Hi guys, it's Miss Khan here. So yesterday for story we left on this page here where the sheep were up in the sky. Okay, and I asked you to predict what you think had happened. Okay, it said in the last sentence that I've never seen such big snowflakes before, and the shape of the snowflakes look very similar to sheep. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Then Wilbur jumped out of the way just in time as thump! A sheep landed where he had been standing. Thump, thump, more and more sheep landed in the snow by the doorway, and then they banged their way into the house. So they weren't snow, they were actual sheep that were coming from the sky. Well, said Winnie, I ordered a flock of sheep, so they've flown down like a flock of birds. Shut the door, Wilbur, and let's get shredding. It was quite fun clipping the sheep into interesting shapes. Not as much fun for the sheep, of course. Wilbur made his sheep look odd. Winnie made her sheep look very, very odd. So they're using their wool, okay, so they could make their mittens, but they were cutting the fur off them so that they could use it. But they look very interesting, I would say. But they soon had a pile of what they look like dirty candy floss. It's got to be spun into balls of wool before we can knit with it, said Winnie. Winnie waved her magic wand. Abracadabra. Instantly, there were spiders with lots of legs wriggling, spinning the fluffy wool. So they were using the wool, straightening it all up for Winnie to use. Hold out your arms, Wilbur, said Winnie. Winnie, now we need to wind the wool. Then, at last, they were ready to start knitting. Well, said Winnie, all that work has warmed me up a bit, but it's made me thirsty too. I really, really want a big bubbly mug of hot chocolate more than ever now. So let's knit really, really fast. Winnie tied knitting with broom handles. The fatter the needles are, the faster the knitting grew, she said. I'm making you a tail warmer, Wilbur. Knit, knit, click, click. But Winnie's knitting was just too big. This is no good. It's like a flapping fisherman's net, said Winnie. You can't wear this, Wilbur. I'll try knitting with wands instead, said Winnie. Knit, knit, clickety-click. Ah, that's much better now. Winnie knitted hats and gloves and tail warmers and scarves. Not bad. Meow, said Wilbur, pointing to the clock. That's true, said Winnie. We better go and get that milk before the shops shut. So they put on all their new woolies, and they opened the front door and didn't go anywhere because there was a white wall of snow completely filling the doorway. We're trapped, wailed Winnie. Oh no, and I do so want a drink of hot chocolate. So all of that effort, and they're trapped in. Wilbur dug the snow. Winnie shoveled the snow, but they couldn't shovel a path all the way into the village in time before the shops shut. I know what we can do, said Winnie. She took off her tights. Then she tied them to her knitting netting and fixed everything to the gate post. There, she said. Meow, said Wilbur. It's a catapult, said Winnie. A catapult to hurl you all the way to the shop to get some milk. So there's one bit of her tights, there's the other bit of her tights, and there's the knitting thing. So she's going to put Wilbur there, and then she's going to fling him to the shops. Meow! Protest Wilbur. So that means he didn't want to go. But Winnie was already loading him along with a bag and purse into the catapult. Tug, tug, swang! Wilbur shot over the snow to land flump just outside the shop. Yay, that looks fun, said the little ordinaries. How did you do that, Wilbur? So look, he got to the other side and he met the little ordinaries as well. The little ordinaries waited for Wilbur to get the milk. Then they dug him a path back to Winnie's house so that they could all take it in turns to be catapulted into the snow. And Winnie brewed a whole concoction of hot chocolate for everyone to share, with lovely toasted ant hundreds and thousands sprinkles and mushroom mellows, said Winnie. Yum, yum. The little ordinaries were so very grateful for the goes on the catapult that they said that Winnie should have all the sprinkles and mushroom mellows on her cup, and they didn't take any for themselves. Aren't they such nice little ordinaries, said Winnie, resting her feet up on a nice warm sheep. I don't think the sheep's very happy. I wouldn't be either. And that is the end of that bit there. So at the start of the week I said that this book will be in a competition. So linking back to our English, I am going to give this book away. Okay, you can keep this book if you post your best piece of writing on that Friday Write. So Friday's Write, please post it on Dojo so me, Miss Sison and Miss Harries and Mrs. Bird and Miss Scotney and Miss Flint can have a look, and the best write will win this book. Okay, that is my present to you. Okay, so work hard, okay, and then this book can be yours. See you tomorrow, guys, for the last story then. Bye, guys.